So I'll tell my employer, I can do this job. In order for me to be effective, please, you need to find me a screen reader so that I can be able to use this computer. So that's a discussion which would happen with the employer, as an example. And when that happens, then I think issues of privacy will not arise, because then it means that you're able to manage fully your own affairs, you're able to manage your work without having to use third parties. Thank you.
Thank you so much for highlighting that accessibility is a public good. So even in the design of websites, etc., it should be, a starting premise to say, how can we include? I think that is something very, very interesting and critical, and regulating so that any breach of privacy, liability follows. So thank you so much for highlighting that. Do we have any other question? Let me just circle back again to our Q&A. I do not see any other questions. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking at the forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And over to you, Benga, to say the last words as we close.
Thank you, Sebekile. Not quite the last words, because I imagine we have 3 full days online ahead of us, and after that, some 17 countries to open and out of, if people are in those countries.
Sorry, Benga, if I can interject. I see someone called Idris who has just typed in saying, "I'm raising my hand." And I don't know if it's okay. We can just allow him to just throw in a quick one before Commissioner Lawrence jumps off the call. All right, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Idris, please feel free. And apologies for not seeing your hand earlier.
Okay, thank you very much. I know it is outside, from the technology. My name is Idris Muhammad. I'm a participant from Sokoto State. Thank you very much for having me in this program and the wonderful presentations from the both 2 speakers that spoke earlier. I have 2 questions from. One is for the commissioner and the other one for the Benga. Let me start with the commissioner. I'm looking at the issue we raised on people living with disabilities. I think I have a question for you. Please, how can we key into advocate for inclusion of marginalized group into the digital space, especially in Northern Nigeria? We have significant number of them, because I'm a journalist, I'm also civil society leaders, and they read a lot of discussion when it comes to digital space, especially how to use the social media and express themselves the way they have governed, and the issues, and a lot of issues that are happening in Nigeria. They quite often raise a lot of questions concerning this. Please, how can we key into advocacy, calling for their inclusion into digital space? That's question for Commissioner. And the second one is for Benga. I think I even tweeted this last week, and I mentioned him and also mentioned Pin. I watched a program on Ariwa 24, which is a Hausa program in Northern Nigeria. And I saw one of our brother, Gigi Omujo, talking about digital space in Hausa. I was so excited the way he spoke in English and the way Hausa speakers, translated and sent his message to large number of Hausa speakers in Northern Nigeria, because this is where we have a lot of marginalized women in digital space. Women have little access to digital space. And my concern is, I don't know whether PIN has a plan of coming up with a program targeting the native speakers, either Hausas, Yorubas, and Igbos in their native language. I think this would help in promoting inclusion in digital space in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Over to you, Commissioner Lawrence.
Let me confirm that social media is an extremely powerful tool. Remember, in my discussion, I was contrasting between what I was calling boon and bane. Boon, so good and bad. Social media is extremely powerful because people with disabilities are now able to have that variety of discussion on a whole host of things, which possibly would not have happened before. And there are so many stories about, for example, about a person saying, a young woman saying, you know, I went, I was looking for a service in a particular office. I was given a bad service because of my disability. And then the public joins in and there's heated discussion, and you'll even sometimes find the employer coming back and saying, no, yeah, here we made a mistake, we shall do better next time, etc., etc. So that is extremely powerful. I think we need to indeed find ways of encouraging it. We need also to recognize that obviously, depending on how particular social media sites, platforms are designed, then they can also be problematic. Of course, they can encourage stereotyping, so that also is an issue. But also at a practical level, remember, so I never used Facebook. I've never understood Facebook. I attempt to use Twitter. I'm sure I don't use it very effectively. Part of the problem is repartee. So when someone says something, you need to respond almost immediately. And depending on how fast or slow you are in terms of us responding, then you choose not to engage in the end. Just say, no, okay, I'll not even bother because perhaps there's too much trouble, you think. But yes, we need to do advocacy. Yes, we need to work with the disabled people to try to figure what is it they require in order for them to be more effective. I'm also happy that you're focusing on the local context. So for example, the Hausa context, and I would hope that there are local disabled people's organizations in the particular parts of northern Nigeria who then can have these sorts of discussions and engagements. Because one of the things the disabled people say is nothing about us without us. So I think you need to go back and have that sort of discussion also with the local disability constituency in northern Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And over to you now, finally, Benga, to give the interlude. I don't know what to call it, but not the last words, because definitely we are here for a while.
Thank you, Thobekile. And thank you very much for that question, Idris. I think the answer is very, the answer to that is very simple. As I can, confirm, our team members are currently working on, and not just currently working on, the film that we produced, which is available in English, French, and Swahili, will be available in Hausa shortly. And many of our, communications activities are deliberately done in in diverse languages, because we know that, yes, we started as a Nigerian organization 15 years ago. We're now Pan-African, and there are various audiences, which is why this this forum itself is bilingual, is translated across English and French. So right now, not only do we have focus in Hausa, we also have a lot of our content that will be generated in multiple languages. One of our tools, Ayeta, was translated, I think, to Twi. It's been translated to Twi, which is a Ghanaian language. And as you know, the advantage that we have for being Africans is that we have such a rich, diversity of languages, and we're also blessed with people who are willing to work with us as an organization, and I'm sure with many other organizations apart from Pride Initiative, to get content into local languages, so that when we say diversity, we truly mean diversity. And I think, in terms of the word diversity, this is a very, very good place to sort of draw the curtain on this opening session. And like Thobekile said, this is definitely not, the closing words here. It's more like an interlude, more like a transition. There will be many other sessions on various topics, ranging from rights to inclusion, to connectivity, to policy, to participation, to legislative frameworks, to various, topics that we'll have over the next 3 days. I invite everyone not just to listen, but to also participate. The reason why we host DRIF is because we know three things will happen. Number one, we know that we'll listen to some of the best ideas that people have been thinking about over a period of time. Secondly, we know we will get a lot of interaction, not only from experts who are speaking, but also from experts who are attending and are joining, the various sessions. But the third, and I think even, more important, or the most important of the three, is that a lot of action will be generated from here. There'll be collaboration on the Woover app. Please feel free, connect, introduce yourself to people. There are almost 500 people, on that platform. Please meet people from, various places who are doing similar things, read their profiles, connect with them. And as people speak and ask questions and make contributions throughout the virtual sessions of this forum, please connect. And there's a lot of work for us to do. We're talking about the fourth industrial revolution right now. Africa unfortunately missed out on many of the previous revolutions. This is the one that we can't afford to miss out on. So instead of focusing on clampdowns, we need to begin to think a lot of economic opportunities. And guess who can make that happen? You and I. So during this forum, please make that happen by connecting with people, by sharing ideas, and by linking up to get work done. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the forum. Maybe I didn't say the magic phrase. Over to you, Tulekile.
Thank you so much, Benga, and thank you so much, Commissioner Lawrence Mute. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and do follow some of our sessions. And we hope to have a moment again with you at a later stage in our course as we continue to advance digital rights and digital inclusion. So most appreciated. Thank you so much. And everyone, let's meet again in about 15 minutes for the next session.
Nothing to buy. But you know that free kick from 2 days ago was the best thing to happen to me this week, right? Yeah. Watch me decimate you.
GG Buffon stops and goes. Thiago Silva plays alongside Marquinhos.
Three goals, man. 3 goals.
Well, as we see from the replay, the keeper's got no chance. It's all about the strike.
Yes. I'm sorry, I have to go.
Head down.
Exactly.
Good
work. Sure. Yeah, I'll catch you later. So I can beat your ass again. Whatever, man. Keep it moving.